Two very different philosophies collide in the 2026 bagger class. Honda strips its flagship tourer into a leaner, windscreen-only silhouette, while Indian doubles down on muscular V-twin performance and Brembo-backed cornering confidence. Here's how the Goldwing Bagger and Challenger Dark Horse 112 Powerplus actually compare, point by point. The Goldwing carries Honda's legendary 1833cc liquid-cooled, horizontally opposed six-cylinder engine, famous for turbine-like smoothness, minimal vibration, and a low center of gravity that pays dividends in handling. Its compact unicam valve train and short crankshaft design let Honda tuck the engine and rider forward in the chassis. It produces roughly 125 horsepower at 5,500 RPM and about 125 pound-feet of torque at 4,500 RPM, power that arrives in a smooth, linear wave rather than a punch. The Challenger Dark Horse counters with an 1834cc Powerplus V-twin fed by dual 52mm throttle bodies and overhead cams with 4 valves per cylinder, making 126 horsepower and 133 pound-feet of torque, with a compression ratio of 11.4 to 1. That Powerplus engine was developed through Indian's Factory King of the Baggers racing program, and it shows in how eagerly it revs for a big American twin. Numerically close on peak power, but the flat six spins with silky refinement, while the Powerplus growls with unmistakable chest-thumping V-twin torque delivery low in the rev range. Honda's double wishbone front suspension is the Goldwing's signature engineering flex, isolating road shock from the handlebars via a pair of forked arms that eliminate the friction inherent to conventional telescopic forks. It offers 4.3 inches, 109 millimeters of travel up front, paired with a Pro-Arm single-side swing arm and Pro-Link single shock at the rear, delivering 4.1 inches, 104 millimeters of travel. That design lets Honda move the front wheel steering axis independent of the suspension travel, giving the bike a stability-enhancing 66.9-inch wheelbase and 30-degree rake without sacrificing low-speed nimbleness. Indian answers with a more conventional but highly capable setup, a 43mm inverted telescopic fork offering 130 millimeters of travel up front, paired with a preload adjustable electronically controlled Fox rear shock delivering 114 millimeters of travel, all mounted to a lightweight cast aluminum front frame designed to maximize rigidity for cornering. Both systems are sophisticated, but they solve different problems. Honda prioritizes long-haul stability and handlebar isolation over broken pavement, while Indian prioritizes adjustability and direct cornering feedback for riders who actually want to hustle a bagger through a canyon road. The Goldwing gives riders a genuine choice: a refined 6-speed manual gearbox with an overdrive top gear, or Honda's 7-speed automatic dual-clutch transmission with walking mode for creeping through tight parking. The Challenger Dark Horse sticks with a conventional 6-speed manual paired to a wet multi-plate assist clutch. Honda's DCT option is the standout differentiator here, appealing to riders who want automatic-style convenience without sacrificing control on long interstate stretches. The standard Goldwing manual comes in at 806 pounds, while DCT versions climb close to 830 to 856 pounds, depending on trim. Indian doesn't publish the Dark Horse's exact curb weight in every market listing, but the Challenger platform is broadly recognized as a heavier, more planted cruiser bagger, generally exceeding 800 pounds as well once fueled. Both bikes feel more agile than their weight suggests thanks to smart mass centralization, but the Goldwing's forward-biased chassis layout, with the engine and rider pulled closer to the front axle, gives it a slight edge in low-speed maneuverability, parking lot U-turns, and stop-and-go traffic filtering. The Challenger Dark Horse brings serious stopping power. Dual 320mm front discs squeezed by radial-mounted Brembo calipers, plus a 298mm rear disc, all backed by ABS and smart lean-based rider assist features that account for lean angle during braking and traction interventions. The Goldwing counters with dual 320mm front discs clamped by 6-piston floating calipers and a single 316mm rear disc with a 3-piston caliper, all managed by an electronically controlled combined ABS that links braking characteristics to the selected ride mode. It also offers a combined braking system, Honda selectable torque control, and an available airbag on the Tour Airbag DCT trim, a feature still unmatched anywhere else in production motorcycling. Indian wins on outright brake hardware pedigree with race-proven Brembo calipers. Honda wins on total occupant protection with its uniquely integrated airbag system. The Goldwing Bagger trades the Tour model's 61-liter top trunk for a shorter windscreen and a cleaner, uncluttered rear end, but it retains 60 liters of remotely locking, electrically opening integrated saddlebags, enough for most weekend trips, opened with a single button press. The Challenger Dark Horse offers over 18 gallons, roughly 68 liters, of remote locking hard saddlebag storage, an electrically adjustable windshield, and adjustable fairing vents for climate control on the move. Neither bike bothers with a top trunk in this configuration, which is the whole point of the Bagger silhouette, lower, leaner, and more purposeful looking than a full dresser. For riders who need maximum saddlebag volume without a top case, Indian's Challenger edges ahead on sheer capacity, though Honda's remote locking system remains just as convenient in daily use. The Goldwing features a 7-inch TFT display with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, a gyro compass-equipped navigation system that still functions in tunnels, and optional Bluetooth headset integration. The Challenger Dark Horse 112 answers with its own 7-inch or 178mm touchscreen powered by Ride Command, offering factory-installed GPS navigation, Apple CarPlay, Bluetooth connectivity, configurable gauges, and ride stats. Stepping up to the factory-installed Ride Command Plus telecommunications unit unlocks turn-by-turn navigation, bike health monitoring, a vehicle locator, and destination search, with connectivity included free for the first year. It's paired with a fairing-mounted analog speedometer and tachometer cluster carrying 15 LED telltale indicators, keyless ignition, USB charging, and tire pressure monitoring. Indian also adds an optional power band audio package with up to 400 watts across fairing and saddlebag speakers. Indian's audio upgrade path is louder on paper, and its Ride Command Plus suite adds bike locator security Honda doesn't offer, but Honda's tunnel-capable gyro compass navigation and dual smartphone mirroring, CarPlay and Android Auto, remain best in class for long-distance routing. The Goldwing seat height sits at an accessible 745 millimeters, 29.3 inches, aided by the forward-shifted double wishbone chassis, making it approachable for shorter riders despite its touring bulk. A two-piece seat design separates rider and passenger comfort zones. The Challenger Dark Horse sits noticeably lower, with a seat height of just 672 millimeters, 26.46 inches, thanks to its one-piece dual seat and low-slung cruiser stance, paired with a more aggressive, forward-set foot peg grip and reach-back handlebar posture typical of American baggers, favoring a cruiser stance over Honda's more neutral, sport touring ergonomics. Riders who want an upright, relaxed, triple-digit mile posture with less strain on the wrists and lower back will likely gravitate toward the Goldwing. Those who want a lower, laid-back cruiser feel with feet-forward controls and a commanding view of the road ahead will prefer the Indian. The Goldwing starts at around $25,500 for the base manual trim, with the DCT version at roughly $26,500, a meaningful discount versus the fully loaded Goldwing Tour models that push past $33,000. The Challenger Dark Horse carries a base price near $31,999 with the larger 112 cubic inches engine, positioning it as the pricier machine despite lacking a DCT-style automatic option. Honda's Goldwing Bagger undercuts the Indian by several $1,000s while still delivering flagship touring engineering, an available airbag, and a smoother 6-cylinder power plant, making it the stronger value proposition on paper for budget-conscious long-distance riders. Choosing between these two comes down to riding philosophy rather than raw specification sheets. The Goldwing Bagger is the refined, technologically dense choice. Smoother engine, available DCT, better price, and unmatched safety tech, including an airbag option. The Indian Challenger Dark Horse 112 answers with raw American V-twin torque, aggressive Brembo braking, generous saddlebag capacity, and a cruiser forward stance that rewards riders who want visceral feedback over turbine-like refinement. Neither bike is objectively better. They serve different touring personalities and different emotional needs on the road. Riders chasing long-haul comfort, mechanical sophistication, DCT convenience, and stronger overall value should lean toward the Goldwing. Riders chasing torque-rich acceleration, bold Americana styling, race-proven Brembo braking, and cornering-focused suspension should lean toward the Challenger. For most touring mile-hungry buyers prioritizing comfort, safety tech, and total cost of ownership, the Goldwing Bagger takes a narrow edge. Its lower price, available airbag, and effortless DCT gearbox make it the more sensible daily companion for genuine long-distance riders. But the Challenger Dark Horse remains the more emotionally engaging ride for those who want their bagger to sound and feel like a muscle car on two wheels, with the added confidence of race-bred brakes and adjustable suspension when the road turns twisty. Ultimately, the smarter buy depends on whether comfort or character matters more to you.